20 all-time best forced marriage Turkish drama series list updated November 2022. Number 20, Heart Wound, released 2021, episodes, 19. Ferhat is the cherished heir apparent of one of the well-established families of Antakya. Isa, on the other hand, is a lively young girl living in Istanbul who has managed to stand on her own feet. Ferhat, who is about to marry Hande, the daughter of the Varoglu family, the choice of his family, confronts some facts before the wedding and his world turns upside down. Shaken by betrayal, Ferhat's path crosses with Isa. The two find themselves in a difficult marriage game after their accidental meeting. The story, which takes place in Antakya, an ancient land that is the cradle of civilizations, turns into a true love story by testing friendship with love, past with the future, and passion with patience. Number 19, Room 309, released 2016, episodes, 65. Onur is a young and handsome guy who comes from a wealthy family. He is the heir of his family business together with his nephew, Erol. Their grandfather, before dying, leaves a letter that states whoever gets married first and has a baby would be eligible to inherit the family business. After this letter, Onur and Erol find themselves in a different path. Their parents start to force them to find somebody and marry soon so that they could take all the inheritance. They considered potential daughters-in-law from high society and arranged so many dates for their sons. Layli, Demet Özdemir, on the other hand, is a naive and beautiful girl who comes from an ordinary Turkish family. She works together with her mom and her sister Nergis at their flower shop and endures her mother's pressure for marriage. However, she cannot forget the betrayal of her ex-boyfriend. Out of pure coincidence, Onur and Layli meet at the same place due to a blind date that is arranged by their mothers. They end up having a one-night stand which led to Layli being pregnant. Will Layli and Onur, who were forced to marry for the sake of their unborn baby, find love with each other? Will their arranged marriage turn into a real love story? Number 18. Adini Senkoy, released 2018, episodes, 397. In order to appease his ailing sister, a rich businessman marries a working-class girl for 6 months in exchange for money. The contract marriage turns into a relationship that will have unintended complications down the line. Number 17. Fatma Gülen Sachuni, released 2010, episodes, 80. Fatma Gülen, a small-town girl, is raped by some guys who are under the influence of alcohol. Although Karim has not raped her, he is still feeling remorse as he was there during the incident and had done nothing to stop his friends. So he agrees marrying her after her fiancé broke off their engagement. Number 16. You Knock on My Door, released 2020, episodes 52. The series introduces us to a girl who wants to get a good education but encounters a problem. Her international scholarship will be cut off and it will be impossible for her to get a degree if she doesn't agree to the contract marriage. Although unwilling at first, the girl accepts the offer when the situation gets out of control. When being in a pretend relationship, they become so passionate about each other that forget what is right and what is not. Number 15. Song of Life, released 2016, episodes 57. Bayram comes to his hometown in order to make a peace with his close friend Salih. They agree to engage their children Melek and Karim and later marry them when they grow up to the age of marriage. Years later, Karim graduates and gets his master's degree in environmental studies. Even though he wants to live in Germany and works as an instructor at the university, he cannot persuade his father. Karim has nothing to do but to return to Istanbul because his father wants to keep his promise to his close friend. Soon after, Karim and Holiya get married. Karim leaves Holiya behind and goes to Germany in order to continue his ordinary life there. He does not want this marriage to become real. Number 14. Night Queen, released 2016, episodes 15. Kartal's father was murdered by two of his best friends, Aziz and Osman, when he was 6 to 7 years old. Kartal was raised by Aziz alongside his two children, Esra and Mert. When Esra was 5 years old, their mother died while giving birth to Mert. As he grew older, Kartal was arranged to marry Esra and came to be in charge of Aziz's business. It was through this position that he was able to travel to France accompanied by his brother, Emre. While in France, Kartal met a girl named Celine, who turned out to be Osman's daughter. Despite Kartal's marriage to Esra, Kartal and Celine fell in love. In this story, you will explore a love story that starts in France and continues in Turkey. What will Celine do when she learns that Kartal is married? Number 13. Ambassador's Daughter, released 2019, episodes 52. Sankar has always and Nari has always yearned for love. When they meet and fall in love as children, they know they are meant to be, they just have to wait to be old enough to marry. On the night of their wedding, a startling revelation by Nari forever changes their lives and puts their love on hold until the night of another wedding many years later. Number 12 Ramo, released 2020, Episodes 11. Ramo is the brave leader of his family in the neighborhood. They mainly smuggle diesel oil for their boss Cengiz. Ramo and his family do all the dirty work but no one gives them enough money. Cengiz always gets the money from them. He only gives Ramo and his family enough to live on. Ramo can't take the treatment his family is receiving, so he decides to end this suffering no matter what happens. He doesn't care if he lives or dies. Thus the war begins. But Ramo's real war is actually against his love for Zebel, who is the daughter of their rival family. Ramos and her family stop talking to each other because of a matter that happened many years ago. After that, the two families start to argue and fight. Zebel is a delicate person and a rightful lawyer, and Ramo is a leader who always acts tough and applies his own rules. The series will focus on the conflict between the two families and a great love that will flourish between this struggle. Number 11 Love Trap, released 2020, Episodes 38. The story of this Turkish drama around a girl Aisha who has to marry a rich handsome guy Karim in order to resolve some issues in her life. Aisha belongs to a middle-class family and her elder brother is very strict. Karim belongs to a rich family and he is a very flirty, careless boy. His father always remains angry with him due to his careless behavior. Karim marries her just to win his father's trust. Aisha and Karim behave like a happily married couple in front of everyone, but they don't like each other at all. But gradually, things change and they fell in love with each other but don't express their feelings. Number 10 Love Logic Revenge, released 2021, Episodes 30. Esra and Ozan get married and start to have a comfortable and stable life until the day Ozan quits his steady job. Ozan wants to develop a new software, realize his dreams and start his own company. While dreaming of becoming a housewife and having a comfortable life, Esra finds herself in a difficult position. She eventually starts to suffer from financial and moral difficulties in the marriage. Number 9 Endless Love, released 2017, Episode 74. A young artist finds herself obligated to sacrifice her love story for hiding a family secret. Kamal Soyder is the son of a middle-class family. Nihan is the daughter of wealthy socialites Önder and Vildan Sezin. She also has a twin brother Ozan whom she loves dearly. Önder's business is slowly coming to an end and Vildan unable to give up her luxurious life, wants Nihan to marry Emir Kozgulu who holds a deep love for Nihan. But Nihan is appalled to the idea as she despises Emir for she finds him ruthless and arrogant. In his last year in mining engineering, Kamal meets Nihan when the latter helps her buy a bus ticket. The pair fall hopelessly in love at first sight and Nihan completely changes Kamal's monotonous life. That is until Emir stages an accident that results in Ozan killing a girl. To prevent Ozan from going to jail, Nihan agrees to marry Emir. The next day, she goes to meet Kamal at the port and turns down his marriage proposal and ends their relationship. Heartbroken, Kamal leaves Istanbul. He devotes himself to work only but is forced to return Istanbul. Number 8, The Phoenix, released 2020, Episodes 19. Zumrud is a beautiful young girl who lives together with her mother Ulfat, her sister Melia and her father. She works at a factory and supports her family financially. The factory where Zumrud works is owned by a powerful family Demir Khan. Demir Khan family is a well-known family in Cappadocia. The heir of Demir Khan family is a handsome and young guy Serhat Alp Navers, who is in love with Zumrud. Zumrud and Serhat have been dating secretly and dream to get married after Serhat discharges from the military duty. Zumrud is willing to wait for her lover but her marriage plan turns upside down when she learns that Serhat is killed on duty. The bad news spread all over Cappadocia. Not only Demir Khan family but also Zumrud mourn upon the death of Serhat. 1 year later, Zumrud's fate intersects with Demir Khan family again. This time, Serhat's uncle Adil asks for Zumrud's hand. Adil is a middle-aged man who is the boss of the factory where Zumrud works. He is attracted by Zumrud's purity, beauty, and thoughtfulness. Adil eventually finds the person whom he is willing to get married but he cannot win Zumrud's heart no matter whatever he does. Number 7. Hidden Secret, released 2021, Episodes 8. In this series, love, adventure, crime, and comedy come together. It will lock the audience on screen. Naz has just graduated from the police academy and lives with her mother and uncle, who are protective characters. To catch a mafia boss named Turkish, Naz has been selected for a secret mission along with police officer Pamir. Acting as a married couple, Pamir and Naz will approach their target and bring him to justice. Number 6, Black Pearl, released 2017, episodes: 20. Here's a complicated love triangle story. Hazel and Kenan are engaged and living a happy life together in a small coastal town in the Aegean. But everything will change with Viral's arrival in the town and risking everything to get Hazel. Just a day before Hazel and Kenan's wedding, the beautiful Hazel is forced to marry Viral. Viral is a successful businessman who madly falls in love with Hazel because she reminds him of his first wife who died several years ago. Kenan believes Hazel left him because of money and higher society and wants to take revenge. Number 5, Herkai, released 2019, episode 69. In the center of the story is the fate of a young man named Miran, whose parents died through the fault of a man who became his mortal enemy. In order to avenge their death, Miran decides on classic revenge. He seduces Rain to destroy the girl, thereby depriving his enemy of the only thing dear to him, his daughter. Number 4, Black and White Love / Price of Passion, released 2018, episodes 32. Farhad, a cold-blooded, emotionless and cruel man who is a shooter for his uncle and has a wounded past. Asli is a naive female doctor who wishes to serve humanity. An unforgettable love will be experienced with these two contrasting characters. Farhad learns that Namik's computer has been stolen. The documents inside the computer could end Namik's mayor elections that he has prepared for years, and he could end in jail. Farhad catches Adem, who stole the computer, and accidentally Adem is shot. Farhad needs to have Adem alive in order to find the computer. Asli, a general surgeon, goes to his place in order to help a doctor friend, who fell in sick and finds herself on Farhad's farm. She has to operate the man who got shot. Asli, who does not want to get involved in illegal activities, is forced to play Farhad's game and does the surgery. Asli tries to escape the farm. However, events do not develop as planned. She became witness of a murder by Namik, and now Namik wants Farhad to kill her. The lives of Farhad and Asli will start to flow in a completely different direction after that day. Number 3, The Promise, released 2019, episodes 392. Two strangers being forcefully agreed to marry each other and stay together in the bond of husband and wife without the presence of love between them or even the slightest form of attachment. The story of Rehan and Amir, the married couple who detest each other. Hikmet brought Rehan, his niece, to Istanbul to marry his spoiled son, Amir. Rehan did not want to marry a stranger, but her uncle requests her by telling her about his disease. She reluctantly agrees for her uncle's sake. Amir did not want to marry too because he loves his freedom too much. But after being forced by his father, he agreed. But he swore to treat Rehan badly so that she herself will divorce him. Rehan was treated badly by Amir and his mother, Kavadin, but found comfort in her uncle and her sister-in-law, Suna. Things changes and Rehan and Amir fell in love with each other. But at the end of the season, Rehan is deciding whether or not to leave Amir. Number 2, Life Comes As It Knows, released 2022, episodes ongoing. The story revolves around Sadi Paisley, played by the actor Erdogan Saban, who worked as a mafia man and lived the life of a criminal in the past. Mafia leader Yeti Emin leaves his dark past behind and changes his identity to pursue a new life. In exchange of the information he gave to the police, he goes to Istanbul to pursue his life as a geography teacher, Sadi Paisley. But his past will follow him in Karabiyar High School, where he was appointed as a geography teacher. He will come across Songül, a fearless police officer of Ankara police station. She wants to be appointed to Istanbul in order to find her father's murderer. However, the opportunity that she is looking for comes in case she agrees to take on the role of Sadi's wife. Number 1, Kingfisher, released 2022, episodes ongoing. Halasaga is the owner of a large jewelry empire and the head of the Korhan family. Fuad and Ferit are his grandsons who are opposite to each other in personality. Fuad is responsible and supports him in his business, while Ferit is a very irresponsible young bachelor who just returned from abroad where he went to study. Halas can't take any more of Ferit's recklessness and he charges his widowed daughter-in-law Ifakat with finding him a nice girl to marry. The news that Halasaga is looking for a bride for his grandson comes like a bolt from the blue into Kazım's mansion in Gaziantep. Kazım's only hope to get rich are his beautiful daughters, Suna and Saran. After Ifakant sees Suna and decides she is the right girl for Ferit, the family goes to Gaziantep to ask for Suna's hand in marriage. But before the ceremony, Ferit and Saran meet each other without realizing that they are supposed to become brother and sister-in-law, and Ferit is enamored by her. The two sisters' lives change forever when Ferit decides to marry Saran instead of Suna. While Kazm is glad that he has secured his access to a great fortune, Saran will be the new bride in a family full of betrayals, lies and secrets. While Suna will start making revenge plans to get back her stolen future, life at the mansion will be even more challenging with the two brothers' power conflicts.